Legal News, 30th April to 6th May 2017 by Deepak Miglani. Prajapati bail judge Om Prakash Mishra was suspended on retirement evening. Pennsylvania High Court in US confirms death penalty for Indian origin techie. Delhi High Court green signal for security audit of all court complexes in Delhi. Supreme Court to Raymond Honor give Juhu luxury bungalow to Kolkata kin. Supreme Court refused to hear Unitex petition for recovery of rupees 165 crore. Charge sheet filed in Noida Ponzi case. NGO named Suraj India Trust banned for life from filing PILs by Supreme Court. Reliance Industries moves Securities Appellate Tribunal against SEBI ban. Public apology better than money. Delhi High Court. HIV positive women gets Supreme Court support over abortion. Aam Aadmi Party approached Delhi High Court against LG order to recover rupees 97 crore ad cost. Taking fingerprint, no rights breach. Supreme Court. Allahabad High Court summoned Yogi's chief secretary in 2007 Royds case. Supreme Court awarded the death sentence to 4 convicts in Nirbhaya gang rape cum murder case. Trustworthy dying declaration on basis of notes, gestures valid. Supreme Court. Let CRPF Jawan who slammed Rajnath surrender. Delhi High Court. Supreme Court issued notice to National Investigation Agency on Purohit plea. Now news in detail. Prajapati bail judge Om Prakash Mishra was suspended on retirement evening. The Allahabad High Court suspended the additional district and session court judge Lucknow Om Prakash Mishra for granting bail to former UP minister and SP leader Gayatri Prajapati in a gang rape case. The judge had given the bail order on April 25, which was overturned by the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court. Mishra's suspension was confirmed by D.K. Singh, Registrar General of the High Court. Pennsylvania High Court in US confirms death penalty for Indian origin techie. The death sentence of an Indian techie has been affirmed by Pennsylvania's High Court in 2012 murders of a 10-month-old baby and her grandmother following a botched kidnapping plot to pay for his gambling. Raghunandan Yandamuri was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder after 2 days of jury deliberations following a month-and-a-half-long trial in October 2012. He was sentenced to death in 2015 for the killings of Sanvi Verma and her 61-year-old grandmother Satyarthi Verma. Yandamuri knew the baby's parents. Delhi High Court green signal for security audit of all court complexes in Delhi. Death of under trial by gunshot in District Court Rohini has set off alarm bells ringing in the Delhi High Court. High Court has now given green signal to a comprehensive security audit of all court complexes in the capital. The audit will be conducted by Delhi Police to ensure that such incidents do not recur. Supreme Court to Raymond Honor give Juhu luxury bungalow to Kolkata kin. A property dispute between family members of a big business house got an extraordinary hearing in the Supreme Court, which under CJI J.S. Kehar has time and again refused early hearing to pensioners and other property litigants. Justice Mishra and A.M. Khanwilkar held a special Sunday bench to adjudicate a dispute in the Singhania group and directed Raymond Honor, Vijaypad Singhania and his son Gautam to hand over their luxury Juhu bungalow to the family's Kolkata branch as per a 2008 arbitration award. Supreme Court refused to hear Unitech's petition for recovery of rupees 165 crore. The Supreme Court refused to entertain a PIL filed by real estate developer Unitech Limited for recovery of rupees 165 crore from Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, saying it could not entertain a plea of a defaulter which had failed to comply with its order to refund money to home buyers. A bench of Justice Deepak Mishra, A.M. Khanvilkar and M.M. Shanta Godar dismissed the plea of Unitech that said recovery of rupees 165 crore would help the company deposit the amount as directed by the court. Charge sheet filed in Noida Ponzi case. Police filed a 700-page charge sheet in the online Ponzi scam that was busted in Noida this February and is believed to be worth rupees 3,700 crore against Anubhav Mittal, the 26-year-old mastermind, his wife Ayushi and father Sunil and 3 others. The sections they have been charged under the cheating 420, criminal breach of trust 409, forgery 467, 468, 471, 120B criminal conspiracy, section 34 common intention of the IPC. Anubhav Mittal is accused of cheating investors in his scheme Social Trade by promising them returns for liking pages and links. Social Trade, which was run by Mittal's company Ablaze Info Solutions, had nearly 6.5 lakh subscribers when it was busted. NGO named Suraj India Trust banned for life from filing PILs by Supreme Court. Supreme Court also imposes fine of rupees 25 lakh on it for wasting its time with 64 failed petitions. Filing of public interest litigations turning into a nightmare for NGO Suraj India Trust and its chairman Rajiv Dahiya, as the Supreme Court fined them rupees 25 lakh for filing 64 failed PILs in the apex court and also barred them for life from filing such petitions. Reliance Industries moves Security Appellate Tribunal against SEBI ban. Reliance Industries approached the Security Appellate Tribunal against SEBI order, which had banned the Mukesh Ambani-led firm from equity derivative trading for 1 year and had asked it to disgorge nearly rupees 1,000 crore in an alleged fraudulent trading case. Public apology better than money. Delhi High Court. Public apology in defamation matters is a more appropriate relief than monetary damages, the Delhi High Court has said. The court said compensation in monetary damages can never set the record straight or restore the damaged reputation caused by libellous news report. The court's verdict came as it decided a nearly 20-year-old defamation suit filed by Toshiba Appliances against Japanese company Toshiba, a magazine and advocate. In 1997, the magazine had published an article on the business of counterfeiting well-known brands, and the lawyer was shown standing next to a few products. Though the court rejected the plaint but directed the magazine to publish a clarification within 6 weeks. HIV positive women gets Supreme Court support over abortion. Thanks to the Supreme Court, a 35-year-old destitute HIV positive woman facing complications in her 26-week pregnancy arising from a sexual assault will get treatment in the country's premier All India Institute of Medical Sciences. A bench of Justice Deepak Mishra, A.M. Khanvilkar, M.M. Shanta Godar came to her rescue and directed the center to make all arrangements to bring her home Patna to Delhi to undergo medical examination in AIIMS. The woman lodged in a rehabilitation center at Patna after she was sexually assaulted, became aware of her pregnancy at an advanced stage and wanted to terminate it. A Patna-based NGO and some research scholars of Tata Institute of Social Sciences took up cudgels for the rape survivor. Aam Aadmi Party approached Delhi High Court against LG order to recover rupees 97 crore ad cost. Aam Aadmi Party has approached the Delhi High Court challenging the order of the Lieutenant Governor asking it to refund rupees 97 crore for money spent on advertisements by Delhi government. The party in his plea has sought quashing of the demand notice issued on March 30 by the Delhi government's Department of Information and Publicity on LG Anil Bajal's direction to recover the amount. Taking fingerprint, no rights breach. Supreme Court. It does not mean compelling accused to become witness against himself. The question before a bench of Justices Pinaki Chandra Ghosh and Rohinton Falli Nariman was whether compelling an accused to provide his fingerprints or footprints etc. would come within the purview of Article 20 Subclause 3 of the Constitution of India. That is, compelling an accused of an offence to be a witness against himself, settling a doubt which has troubled crime investigators for long. The Supreme Court has ruled that asking an accused to give finger or footprints for investigation purposes did not violate his fundamental right to protect himself from becoming a witness against himself. Allahabad High Court summoned Yogi's Chief Secretary in 2007 Royd case. The Allahabad High Court summoned Uttar Pradesh Chief Secretary with the records of Gorakhpur Communal Royd case of 2007 in which then Member of Parliament Adityanath Yogi is one of the accused. Hearing a writ petition filed by Parvez Parwaz and Ashad Hayat, a division bench comprising Justice Ramesh Sinha and U.C. Srivastava directed the Chief Secretary to also bring the investigation report of the case as well as documents relating to grant of sanction to prosecute under Section 153A of IPC. The petitioners have requested the court to transfer the probe to an independent agency as the matter was being investigated by CBCID and the state police may not be impartial in the matter. Supreme Court awarded the death sentence to 4 convicts in Nirbhaya gang rape cum murder case. The Supreme Court awarded the death sentence to 4 convicts in the Nirbhaya gang rape cum murder case, saying their brutal, barbaric and diabolic crime shook the conscience of humanity and they deserved the extreme punishment. In the unanimous verdict, a 3-judge bench of Justice Deepak Mishra, R. Bhanumati and Ashok Bhushan held Vinay Sharma, Akshay Thakur, Mukesh and Pawan Gupta guilty and awarded them the death sentence, saying their crime met the rarest of rare threshold set by Apex Court for awarding the ultimate punishment. Trustworthy dying declaration on the basis of notes, gestures, valid. Supreme Court. The Supreme Court upheld and relied heavily on the 3 sets of Nirbhaya's dying declaration, including the one made mostly through gestures, notes and jottings, as she was not in a position to speak or write properly, to confirm the death sentences of the 4 convicts. A bench of Justice Deepak Mishra, R. Bhanumati and Ashok Bhushan said a dying declaration should not necessarily be made by words or in writing, or it could be through gestures. it refused to give credence to the submission made by the convicts that dying declarations not be relied on. 3 dying declarations were recorded. The first by doctor when she was admitted to hospital on 16 December 2012, and the second in December 21 by the SDM, in which she gave exact details. The third was recorded by a Metropolitan Magistrate on December 25th, mostly through gestures. Challenging the validity of her dying declaration, the convicts contended there were discrepancies in her statements, and third account through gestures was not videographed. The court rejected the plea. Let CRPF Jawan who slammed Rajnath surrender. Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court has asked the CRPF chief to accept the surrender of one of its Jawans who had run away from his battalion after slamming Home Minister Rajnath Singh on the social media regarding the Sukma attack. Supreme Court issued notice to National Investigation Agency on Purohit plea. The Supreme Court issued notice to the National Investigation Agency on Malegaon blast accused Lieutenant Colonel Shrikant Purohit bail plea. Purohit has said the Bombay High Court erred in granting bail to Pragya Thakur but denying him relief in the same case. Senior advocate Gopal Subramaniam and advocate Neela Gokhale informed a bench of Justice R.K. Agrawal and A.M. Sapre that Purohit was regarded as an excellent counter-insurgency officer and alleged that he was framed in the case. Purohit has been in jail for more than 8 years. Thank you.